In a world where everyone is talking, texting, and posting, it can feel like the loudest voices always get the most attention. But what if I told you that silence, yes, simply staying quiet, could be your most powerful tool for navigating life's challenges? From dealing with anger to managing overwhelming emotions, silence isn't just about shutting up, it's a practice rooted in ancient wisdom, one that can help you become more self-aware, calm, and in control. Today, we're diving into the art of Stoic silence, the 9 situations where silence isn't just golden, it's transformative. Stick with me to discover how choosing silence in the right moments can lead to more peaceful, powerful, and purposeful living. Let's get started. Number 1. When you are angry. Why? Anger often emerges when we perceive a threat to our personal values, our sense of justice, or when we feel slighted by others. It's a powerful emotion that distorts our judgment and can lead us to act impulsively. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control the actions of others or the events around us, but we can control how we respond to them. When we act out of anger, our responses are rarely measured or thoughtful, leading to potential harm in relationships and even regret. Anger clouds our ability to reason and make sound decisions, often causing us to say things that only worsen the situation. Stoic lesson: Epictetus states that we should focus only on what is in our control, our actions, reactions, and judgments. When anger arises, it's important to remember that our thoughts about a situation are what trigger this emotion. Marcus Aurelius suggests that pausing and reflecting before reacting gives us the space to check if the anger is justifiable. Silence allows us to withdraw from immediate emotional responses, giving time for rational thought and preventing impulsive actions that could escalate the issue. Action: in moments of anger, pause, and choose silence. This doesn't mean suppressing the emotion, but giving yourself the time to gain clarity. If you need to express your feelings, do so once you process the situation calmly. This will likely lead to a more constructive and less damaging conversation. Silence is a powerful way to regain control of your emotions before reacting impulsively. Number 2. When you are ignorant. Why? Ignorance here refers to a lack of understanding or knowledge about a subject. In many situations, people feel the need to speak up to avoid feeling inadequate or to appear knowledgeable. However, pretending to know something when you don't can lead to spreading misinformation, misunderstanding, or even embarrassment. The Stoics advocate for intellectual humility, recognizing that we don't know everything, and that our understanding is always evolving. Silence in these situations prevents us from misleading others or contributing to the conversation with incomplete information. Stoic lesson: Socrates is famous for saying that true wisdom is knowing that you know nothing. This acknowledgement of our limitations is an important part of intellectual growth. Epictetus emphasizes that wisdom begins with understanding what we do and do not know, and refraining from speaking on subjects we lack understanding in. When you're silent, you avoid pretending to be someone you're not and create an opportunity to learn, rather than falsely presenting yourself as an expert. Action: when you don't understand a topic well, remain silent. This is not about withdrawing from the conversation altogether, but about acknowledging that you don't have enough knowledge to contribute meaningfully. Silence gives you the space to listen, ask questions, and foster deeper understanding, rather than making false statements out of pride or fear of looking uninformed. Number 3. When you are trying to impress others. Why? The desire to impress others often stems from insecurity or the need for external validation. We might feel the urge to speak or act in a certain way to gain approval or admiration, but this can lead us away from authenticity. The Stoics teach that our value is not dependent on external praise or approval, but rather on living in accordance with our virtues and principles. Engaging in behavior solely to impress others can be exhausting and inauthentic. It can also result in a disconnection from our true selves, as we prioritize others' opinions over our personal integrity. Stoic lesson: Marcus Aurelius repeatedly advises himself to focus on his own character, rather than seeking praise or admiration. He reflects that the opinions of others are fleeting and often shallow, so there's little to be gained from striving for external validation. Seneca also warns that our desire to impress others often comes from a place of fear fear of rejection or inadequacy. Silence in these moments helps us detach from the ego and focus on being true to ourselves, rather than worrying about what others think. Action. If you feel compelled to speak or act in a way to impress others, stop, and consider your true motivations. Choose silence to reassess whether your actions align with your values. Instead of seeking external approval, focus on speaking and acting in a way that is authentic and true to who you are. Silence gives you the opportunity to act with integrity, free from the anxiety of trying to be something you're not. Number 4. When you are engaged in gossip. Why? Gossip often stems from a desire to bond with others over shared negativity or judgment. It can also be a way of making ourselves feel superior by talking about the flaws or mistakes of others. Engaging in gossip, however, can damage relationships and reflect poorly on our own character. Stoicism teaches us to treat others with kindness, respect, and fairness, and to avoid actions that degrade others. Gossip serves no positive purpose, it spreads negativity and distorts the truth. Silence helps us avoid complicity in harmfully negative conversations. Stoic lesson. Epictetus teaches that a true Stoic will focus on things that lead to personal growth and avoid indulging in negativity that detracts from virtue. Seneca argues that gossip lowers our own character, contributing to an inner corruption by engaging in conversations that bring no wisdom or value. Silence is a form of self-respect and respect for others. It helps us avoid speaking ill of people and refocuses us on what really matters: truth, kindness, and wisdom. Action. When gossip arises, choose silence, or redirect the conversation to a more positive or meaningful topic. You can maintain your peace by not engaging in the harmful activity of spreading rumors. Silence in this context allows us to preserve our integrity and avoid tarnishing the reputation of others, creating a more respectful and virtuous environment. Number 5. When you are trying to control others. Why? The urge to control others stems from a desire to impose our will on situations or people, often because we believe our way is the best way. Stoicism teaches that control is an illusion. While we can influence situations, we cannot control the behavior or decisions of others. Trying to control others often leads to frustration, resentment, and conflict because it disregards the autonomy of others. When we silence the urge to control, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and allow people to make their own choices. This is an act of respecting others' independence. Stoic lesson. Epictetus emphasizes that the only things within our control are our own thoughts and actions. We cannot make others act according to our desires, but we can choose how we respond to their actions. Marcus Aurelius advises acceptance of others' flaws and choices, understanding that each person is navigating their own path. Silence allows us to avoid imposing our will on others and focus on how we can control our own reactions instead. Action. In situations where you feel the urge to control someone else's behavior, take a step back, and choose silence. Recognize that trying to control others will only lead to frustration and conflict. Instead, focus on adjusting your own responses and actions. By doing so, you show respect for the autonomy of others and maintain peace within yourself. Number 6. When you are tired or exhausted. Why? Physical or mental exhaustion reduces our capacity to think clearly and make thoughtful decisions. When we are tired, we are more likely to say things we don't mean, make mistakes, or become easily irritated. Stoicism teaches the importance of maintaining our physical and mental well-being, as it directly influences our ability to make virtuous decisions. Silence in moments of exhaustion prevents us from reacting impulsively or making decisions we might regret. It gives us the space to recharge and return to situations with clarity and a more balanced perspective. Stoic lesson. Marcus Aurelius wrote about the importance of self-care and taking rest, recognizing that to live a life of virtue, we need to have the energy to engage thoughtfully in the world. Silence in moments of tiredness isn't just about avoiding conversation, it's about preserving our mental and emotional resources. By taking time to rest, we can return to situations with greater wisdom and clarity. Action. When you feel exhausted, choose silence instead of engaging in complex tasks or making important decisions. Allow yourself the time to rest and recharge. This pause allows your mind to regain focus, and your body to recuperate. Silence in this moment is a practical strategy to ensure you don't act rashly out of fatigue, which can often lead to errors or unnecessary conflict. Number 7. When you are about to engage in a meaningless debate. Why? A meaningless debate is one in which neither party is genuinely interested in learning or reaching a resolution, but instead, both are focused on winning or proving superiority. These debates often arise from egos clashing, where the goal becomes more about defending personal pride than seeking truth or understanding. Engaging in such debates wastes time and energy, and the result is rarely a constructive or productive outcome. Silence allows us to disengage from these pointless conflicts, preserving our energy for more meaningful pursuits. Stoic lesson: Epictetus urges us to choose our battles wisely, focusing on conversations that are productive, respectful, and meaningful. Seneca advises against indulging in debates that don't lead to mutual growth, recognizing that such arguments only lead to frustration and dissatisfaction. Silence allows us to avoid these fruitless exchanges and keep our focus on pursuits that contribute to wisdom and peace of mind. Action: if you find yourself in a debate where the outcome seems irrelevant or based on personal pride rather than a genuine exchange of ideas, choose silence. By not engaging, you prevent unnecessary frustration and protect your energy. Instead of debating for the sake of argument, use your energy on pursuits that align with your values and contribute to your growth. Number 8. When you are approaching a decision with uncertainty. Why? When faced with an uncertain decision, it's easy to rush into action or seek external validation. However, making decisions in a state of uncertainty can lead to regret or mistakes. Stoicism teaches that wisdom comes from taking the time to reflect, consider all options, and align decisions with your core values. Silence in these moments gives you the space to contemplate, gather your thoughts, and approach the decision with a clear mind. Stoic lesson: Marcus Aurelius advises taking time for reflection, writing down our thoughts, and making decisions after careful consideration. Seneca similarly recommends seeking wisdom in moments of uncertainty, encouraging patience rather than hasty action. Silence helps create the mental space necessary to make decisions grounded in wisdom, rather than rushing into them out of fear or anxiety. Action: when unsure about a decision, take a step back and give yourself time to reflect. Instead of seeking immediate answers from others or rushing into a choice, choose silence to give yourself space to think through the options. This quiet pause allows you to approach the decision with greater clarity and confidence. Number 9. When you are feeling overwhelmed by external circumstances. Why? Life is full of external challenges, unexpected events, stressors, or external pressures that can leave us feeling overwhelmed. In these moments, our natural response may be to speak, vent, or react in frustration. However, Stoicism teaches us to focus on how we respond to external circumstances, rather than being at the mercy of them. Silence in these moments allows us to withdraw from the chaos and regain a sense of internal peace and control. Stoic lesson: Epictetus reminds us that while we cannot control external events, we can control how we react to them. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the importance of inner calm, even when the world around us seems chaotic. Silence in these moments helps us center ourselves and maintain composure, preventing us from becoming consumed by the external noise. Action: when you feel overwhelmed, choose silence. Instead of reacting immediately to the external stressors, allow yourself a moment of peace to regain perspective. Silence helps you stay grounded and focused, making it easier to navigate challenges with grace and resilience. As we've journeyed through the 9 powerful situations where silence can be your most transformative tool, we've seen how embracing stillness in the right moments can lead to a life of greater peace, wisdom, and control. In a society that often values constant noise, whether in the form of chatter, opinions, or reactions, it's easy to forget the immense power that lies in silence. But the Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, remind us that silence is not about shutting down or avoiding the world around us. Instead, It's about making intentional, thoughtful choices that align with our inner values, giving us the space to reflect, recalibrate, and respond with clarity. Whether you're grappling with anger, trying to impress others, or caught in the midst of a meaningless debate, silence allows you to pause and regain control of your thoughts and actions. It offers a chance to step back, reflect on what truly matters, and avoid reactions driven by emotion, ego, or insecurity. In the face of exhaustion, uncertainty, or overwhelming external circumstances, silence serves as a refuge, a place where you can regain your balance before moving forward with greater clarity and purpose. The Stoic teachings of figures like Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca encourage us to be mindful of our reactions and to take responsibility for how we engage with the world. Silence, in this context, becomes a form of self-mastery. It's not about withdrawing from life, but engaging with it more consciously, more intentionally. It's about knowing when to speak and when to listen, when to act and when to reflect. So, as you move through life, remember the power that silence holds. It's not a sign of weakness or avoidance, but a deliberate practice of wisdom and self-control. The next time you find yourself in one of these 9 situations, pause, and choose silence. By doing so, you'll cultivate a life of greater peace, greater integrity, and greater strength, one thoughtful moment at a time. And as the Stoics remind us, it is in those quiet, deliberate choices that we truly shape the course of our lives.